Commander Scott Jackson.
Well, I'm here with the former Minnesota Viking Fred Smoot. Scott Jackson, a 20-17 Vikings win today here at FedEx Field. Oh man,
Yeah.
A lot of your old friends showed up here today. A lot of purple Viking fans here today. They're going home happy. They shouldn't be going home happy. I mean, Commanders had a 17-7 lead and couldn't close it out here in the fourth quarter.
We
today.
did everything to give them this game. We did everything to give them this game, and like we were talking before we got on, the St. Juice pass interference. Was it
huge.
really a pass interference? The interception by Heineke at the worst time. Ridgeway with the field goal. Like, we found every way to give them this game. I'm
burning
sorry.
timeouts in the second half. I mean, the challenge for a yard and a half was. I mean, come on. You got to.
It's not going to change the game.
You got to do better than that. You save the challenges for the real important things. And at that point, if you can't get a yard and a half, I'm sorry. And two cracks with the running backs you have and the kind of football you're going to play, then that's on you. I mean, you don't burn the time out there. I thought it was a crappy spot too, but those are the things that you should know that these crews don't change. So that was frustrating, and the Commanders go down today 20-17 as Kirk Cousins comes into FedEx, gets a win. I mean, they were red hot in the beginning. I mean, they go down the field.
9 for 9.
He was 9 for 9 to start. After that, the Commanders settled in this game, played really well defensively. The offense didn't show up until the second half once again, and this continues to be an ongoing problem.
And it showed you today you can't do that against good quarterbacks.
Right.
I didn't say a great quarterback. You can't do that against good quarterbacks and quality teams. This is the reason why this team has only lost one game.
Yep.
You cannot, as much as you go out there and you physically beat on them, you cannot give them chances to come back on you. Like I said, you cannot kill yourself in this situation. I feel like that's what we did. We was in our own way too much, offensively, defensively, special teams. It wasn't one group that I could point out today, but today showed you what the NFL sees. If they do not score no points, you can beat the Washington Commanders. We have to score points. The offense has to turn around.
All right, we are brought to you by Window Nation. You buy 2 windows, you get 2 free and pay nothing until 2025. Visit windownation.com. All right, we'll get to calls in a little bit. We're going to get in the locker room with Julie and London here in a few as well. 800-493-1003 is the phone number. We are on the YouTubes. You can see us here. We have these cool Commanders sweatshirts on the hottest day of the season.
I'm going to say, they are the coolest
They
shirts.
are the coolest sweatshirts we've ever had, but it's just unfortunate that it's like 78 degrees. It's balmy.
Right now I smell like one big armpit. All right? And I had already,
yes, you do. Yes, you do. I can confirm that.
Yeah, I do smell like one big armpit. And I can confirm that I knew it was going to be a bad day when CJ started hating on my hair because he has hair envy and he can't grow hair. So when I was growing out the fro, he was like, nah, I'm used to seeing you clean cut, so I knew we were going to have a bad day right there.
Is that what it was? Okay.
Yeah.
We are, again, we're going to have the locker room coming up here in a little bit. We'll get to calls at 800-493-1003. Of course, if you're listening to us on Big 100 in D.C. or wherever you may be around the Washington Commanders Radio Network, we appreciate that as well. And, again, all right, so what was more of the killer for you? When did you feel like the game was changing the wrong direction? At what point did you say, it's
over with?
It's over with, like this is turned the wrong way. Where was it for you?
All right, I would look at some of the earlier mistakes, but I just know a turning point in the game is when you know is no hope left. And I thought the turning point was the Heineke-Harrison interception.
Yeah.
I think that's when the game said, you know what, we've been in your favor. I knew if we kept it close and low scoring, that fed into our way of winning. But when that interception happened with Heineke, you cannot, one, overthrow a guy that's 6'6".
Right.
Two, never throw high over the middle.
Yeah.
All right, so
it's
these
like
are
throwing the ball in front of your own basket or in front of your own goal and another in a goal.
You're asking for it at that point. And that's when I thought everything went downhill. But I still had faith until the field goal. When we the penalty, I said it's over with. No more timeout. We can't stop the clock. Everything's against us right now. That's when I had the realization that we lost to my ex. My ex-mistress. See, Minnesota was my mistress, and my main squeeze was always Washington, and you lost to my mistress.
Yeah, it's tough because today you had some former great Vikings that were also former great Washington Redskins here. Yep. Terry Allen, for one. Terry Allen.
Yep,
and Kirk Cousins, the two that I saw were Terry Allen and Kirk Cousins.
So that's how you going to do it? hey, that's how you going to do it? When your cast,
and Fred Smoot. I'm sorry. Fred Smoot was here, too.
When
Fred was here.
Your castmate is the connective tissue between two organizations. Yeah. When it comes to the Minnesota Vikings and it comes to the Washington Commanders, I am the connective tissue.
It's you, okay.
It's me.
All right. Look, the defense, I think they did a good job rattling Cousins. They hit him. The PI or call was a tough one on Benjamin St. Juste because obviously it's a game changer. That's maybe like game over moment. If you're going up there, that was huge. Obviously, a huge turning point. I just don't know. I would like somebody from the NFL to explain to me what is a defensive back supposed to do if a guy comes up and makes contact with you. Mind you, he initiated the contact. Jefferson did. Jams you. Are you just supposed to fall down and flop? I guess you're not supposed to try to make a play. I don't know. He was. Then I just kind of like engaged and then took the ball away, but. They throw the flag on the defensive player.
Well, I can tell you this. Benjamin St. Juste earned my respect today. He went head-to-head with one of the best, if not the best, wide receiver in the game, and we watched a heavyweight bout go blow for blow. And this is what it looks like. You make a play, I make a play. You make a play, I make a play. Hey, listen, Benjamin St. Juste, his future is very bright. And like you said, took away his first interception today. He's had that happen twice.
Yes, it's twice this year.
But they just tell me he's on the right track. They tell me he's on the right track. But not only did it take away his first interception, it took away a pick six. It's only one thing.
It's a 23-7 pending the extra point game, early fourth quarter at that point.
It's over.
It's pretty much over.
That's the nail in the coffin. Yeah. And that's how thin the margin of victory is in the NFL. Think about if you somebody that went to the MGM just 5 hours early, and you see the St. Juste pick, and you like, you counting them ducats, you count all these dead presidents, only to lose your money when at the end of the game.
That's why they call it gambling.
That's why it's called gambling.
They call it gambling, kids.
That's why it's called gambling.
What does this offense have to do moving forward to actually get out of the starting blocks? Because they have not been able to do it for a bunch of weeks now. Really, I think the only offensive touchdown on an opening drive was week 1 against the Jags. Since then, it's 0 for now, 7? Yeah, 0 for 7 at this point of the next 7 games since then. Or I guess it would be 8 games now because this was week 9. Yeah, so we haven't had a bye week. So there you go. So the next 8 weeks after week 1, they have not scored a touchdown in the opening drive.
My dad is a preacher. This is like a job for him. We need Jesus Christ. I don't know.
Right.
Because every time I think we're figuring it out, we go backwards.
Yeah.
Every time we have a good game by Gibson, we come back the next game and don't get him involved. Like, I don't know the rhythm to the offense, and I don't know the approach to it. Do they seek out matchups? Or do they try to set certain people up to have success? Because if today was trying to set Heineke up for success, I'm sorry, you went about it the wrong way. Yeah. I didn't see him get outside the pocket. I didn't see him in the play action. I didn't see him in the quarterback waggle. I seen 5 balls get knocked down. That's what happens when your quarterback is 6 feet tall. I'm sorry. That's what happens. At the end of the day, we have to. Scott Turner, ain't no we. Scott Turner have to do better on his play call.
Yeah, like it wasn't a good day for the offensive line either. I mean, they got knocked around. They didn't do particularly good run blocking either. They weren't road grading.
And this wasn't no dominant defense. Like,
no, it wasn't. I mean,
middle of the road defense.
Middle of the road, terrible against the pass. Actually, very good against the run for the most part, and that proved out today. But it was weird because they, again, didn't move the pocket till the second half of the football game. I don't know why every week it takes them a full half to figure out some of these things. But again, Ryan Fitzpatrick had the great comment before the Bears game, and he said they have plays they like, and that's what they run. It's not like let's go out and, like you were just talking about, pick the weakness, let's exploit, get our best guys in this position or that position. We're just going to run our plays. This is what it feels like. It's a run our plays offense at this point.
But you cannot do that in this league. This ain't a run your play league. This is find who the weakness, find who your strength is, and let's get them matched up. Why didn't we get our running backs and Gibson matched up on their linebackers? They don't have the best covering linebackers in the league. I didn't see that matchup. I'm sorry. Logan Thomas he's not fully healthy. Is it just me?
Well, yeah, they're not. And then when he's out there, he's not really involved. And obviously Taylor, one time he went to him today, overthrew him badly. How about Armani Rogers? Look, on that 3rd and 1 where he runs it for 24 yards at the end around. The guy's got some wheels, and, he kind of gets lost out there with all those receivers. I mean, if you're not going to throw it to Logan or use Logan in the passing game or Bates, why not work the rookie in? Because he's been pretty good when he's had the opportunity.
No, he's been very good when he's had chances to make plays, and this is what I'm talking about. This is the frustrating part.
All right, we're going to take a timeout. We'll get in the locker room here coming up. Commanders lose the Vikings 20-17. We don't like that at all. We don't like it or like it.
We don't like
800-493-1003. Commanders lose today, ends their 3-game win streak. You're watching Command Center postgame live on the Washington Commanders YouTube channel, and you're listening to Washington Commanders football.
It's 4th down, seconds on the clock. He hands it off, finds a hole in the middle. Clear, nothing but incredible. A touchdown for the win. I can't believe it.
Pizza, better with Pepsi.
You ever wonder why people are always on their phones? They're banking with Bank of America. Look at this guy. He bought those tickets on his credit card, and he's racking up the rewards.
She's using Zelle to pay him back for the hot dogs he's about to buy.
That's going to bring it to
And
a
the
close here
announcer?
after 3.
He's not checking the stats. He's finding some investment ideas with Merrill.
Out there.
And third, as you know, in baseball means 3.
Digital tools so impressive, you just can't stop banking. What would you like the power to do?
We have something within that sets us apart. We always prevail. Determination powers us, even when the odds are stacked against us.
We overcome obstacles. We have the will to succeed. And when we accomplish our goal, we're ready for what's next.
Rise to the challenge with the rugged performance of the Pilot, CR-V, Ridgeline, and the redesigned Passport Trail Sport from Honda.
Well, my baby doll gives me special love. It's the kind of stuff.
Honey, it's your turn.
I'm on cloud 9.
Pizza, better with Pepsi.
There's hair on his head. Like a nice size, nice. Was it really low?
It's low, so no.
Super
Not
low.
a lot of hair, no.
Not a lot of hair.
Does he play offense?
Yes. Does he have a beard?
Yes. Is he a current player?
No. Is your guy African American?
Yes.
All right, let's go.
All right. Same question. Is your guy African American?
Yes. That shit. Your guy an offensive player?
No.
It's not an offensive player.
Is your guy bald?
No. Is your guy a defensive back?
No. Is your guy Santana Moss?
Did you see it?
No, I didn't. Oh, I had 3 left. I was trying to play the odds here.
That was a good one.
Back with you here at FedEx Field. Vikings beat the Commanders 20-17. We are brought to you by Novak, powering a bright future for you as we look at the final numbers here. Brought to you by Novak. Taylor Heineke, who had just 48 first-half passing yards, finished 15 of 28, 149 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a pick. Kirk Cousins on the day, 22 of 40. 265, is that 65 or 85? 65. I better put my glasses on. I can't see.
Put your granddaddy's glasses on.
2 touchdowns and a pick. Dalvin Cook, 17 carries, 47 yards. It was Brian Robbins for the Commanders, the leading rusher, 13 carries, 44 yards. Gibson, 11 for 36. Armani Rogers in that 3rd and 1 carry for the 24 yards. Heineke had 4 scrambles for 17 yards. Curtis Samuel, 3 catches, 65 yards, scores 49 on that touchdown pass. Terry McLaurin, 5 for 56 on the day, 9 targets. Cam Sims, 1 for 12. Antonio Gibson, 2 for 11. And Dax Milne, 1 for 6, which was a touchdown. Cam Curl had a pretty good day. He had 11 tackles. Bobby McCain was really active today, wasn't he?
All right. Did that
I
shock
thought the safeties were good. I thought the D tackles, Deron Payne, a couple quarterback hits. Certainly a very good day for John Allen as well. A couple passes knocked down. And a couple quarterback hits on Kirk Cousins. Matter of fact, no, John Allen had 4 quarterback hits, to be exact, on the day.
Yeah, so that means, listen, Kirk was not comfortable out there.
No, he was not. He was not very comfortable. Let's go to London. Fletcher and Julie Donaldson right now standing by with Ron Rivera, brought to you by Finch Turf, the exclusive John Deere and Golf sports turf dealer. Guys?
All right, we have head coach Ron Rivera here. Look, Coach, this was a game coming into it. We knew it would be like a pretty good measuring stick to see where your team was, and it was right there all the way basically until the end. What is the message after a game like that, the way that it finishes, to the guys in the locker room here that sacrificed a lot?
I think at the end of the day, Julie, this was about the details. The little things is what got us, and that's the thing that we've got to be better at. You know, whether it's something as simple as a missed block or something as simple as leverage on coverage. I mean, this will come down to that, and those are the things that we'll see. And that's what really is a tough pill to swallow, because they were little things that kept us from getting a chance to win this game.
Coach, critical penalty called on John Ridgway right before the Vikings field goal attempt. We would have got the ball back. They called a penalty on him. Wasn't anything egregious. It almost looked like as the center was going back, he was snapping the ball and falling almost on his own, and Ridgway was trying to like make a move. And you know, what are your thoughts, and what did the referees tell you?
Well, the hard part for that is we teach our guys to swim the centers, get across to the other gap, because a lot of times you're there, he's going to snap and probably work to your side. So if you swim him, there might be a crease. And you know as well as anybody, the easiest ball to block is straight through the middle. And if you do go straight through the middle and the guy kicks it low, you got a chance to knock it down. And that's what we teach the guy. We don't teach him to rip through a guy. And from what we saw when I saw the replay, it looked like the guy just fell backwards.
Yes. Yeah, no, I totally agree. He swam almost like he was falling back on his own, and just a terrible penalty. I'm sure we'll get a letter from the league apologizing, but it doesn't help us in this situation.
No, it doesn't. That's the unfortunate part.
Taylor Heineke goes out there, and just the way he plays, I mean, you see that throw to Curtis Samuel, and we're saying the holy moly, that potential is there. And then, unfortunately, a really costly interception that leads to the Vikings being able to score.
Well, the hard part is he threw it at a guy that was open, and unfortunately it sailed on him. If he brings that down, it's a completion, and it's a hell of an effort. I mean, he buys time, he finds a guy across the middle, and he guns it, and unfortunately it sailed. If it's down, half a foot, we got hands on it, and we got a chance to catch it. So that was unfortunate.
As we look at this game, and we ran for 137 yards on 30 attempts, but it seemed like Minnesota's defense was really taking away a lot of the stuff in the passing game. They were not going to allow Terry to get going in the passing game.
You know what they really did is they kind of just kept this coverage where they just kind of over the top. And then what they also seemed to do is their rush was the guys up front just kind of settled into a crease and just waited. They weren't going to let him run the ball that he typically does.
What do you see about the adjustment that this team is able to make? Because you looked at the way Kirk Cousins was able to come out, and they just really, the defense seemed to lock down, the offense seemed to make some adjustments. That makes you say, okay, I know this is a frustrating loss, but you were in that game the whole way through.
And the hard part, Julie, is we did after their first series defensively, we buckled down, and the biggest thing was we got better on third down. We gave up 3 third downs in that first drive. 2 of them I really believe we could have gotten off the field. And so they settled in, they got better at it, and they did the things they were capable of. And that's the hard part to accept, is that, we made a couple of nice adjustments and we gave ourselves a chance.
All right, Coach Rivera, thank you so much. We know this is a difficult one to take, to accept, but it's not going to get any easier. The undefeated Philadelphia Eagles on Monday night are coming up next. We wish you the best this week. Thank you for your time here.
Thank you.
London, it is quite frustrating, and for a team, and you've been in these locker rooms where you see that they fought back. The defense did clamp down. The offense did make some absolutely outstanding plays that you want to celebrate. For the game to end like that, how does this locker room kind of get past that and adjust and try to be able to learn from this game, because there were a lot of positives to take?
Well, right now it's a tough pill to swallow. Guys are dealing with the emotions of the ball game, especially the way it ended. You get up by 10 points and get outscored 13 points in the late in the game, but to give up for the referees to call that penalty, that's the situation that makes it hard to swallow, because hey, they kick a field goal, you get an opportunity back with a little less than 2 minutes, you have a timeout, and we got Taylor Heineke, and we saw what he's been able to do in those type of situations. So that's the frustrating and the disappointing part, that we didn't get an opportunity to see Taylor in that 2-minute situation.
He says that those are the situations that he's most comfortable in. He's used to doing that a lot, the way that he played in college. And you see the way that this team really rallies around him for that as well. I mean, they believe that they can make those plays in those situations, in those heat of the moments. But Kirk Cousins and his team has done the exact same this season as well. They've been in some fairly tightly contested games. They are the one that advanced to 7-1. And meanwhile, you've got the Philadelphia Eagles coming up. So you can't let this one sit and sulk for too long.
No, you can't. Philadelphia's not going to feel sorry for us. we got a little bit an extra day to get ready for those guys. We know the Eagles, their offense is still playing at an extremely high level. It's going to be a big challenge for us. We got some things we need to clean up offensively, especially being able to convert third downs, figuring out a way to protect Taylor Heineke a little bit better in the passing situation. But we got to get ready for a tough Monday Night Football game. It's going to be that environment's going to be ridiculous.
That it will be. Of course, going into the season, we would have anticipated that being Carson Wentz going back to the team that drafted him and a reunion. And he even said, "Look, I understand what that fan base is all about." And he was anticipating the hostility of going back in there. It's going to be a little bit different with Taylor taking over under center for them. But it's one of these things where we want to get going out to fast starts. They've got to be able to convert on third downs. They got to be able to sustain those drives, to be able to be in those situations, get in the red zone. These are all the things that have been something that's kind of plagued them on offense so far.
It has, but then when you look at what we were able to do in the start of the second half, where you make the Antonio Gibson got it going with a big kickoff return, and then on second down you take a shot down the field, and Curtis makes a one heck of a catch and gets into the end zone.
My goodness, that catch. What are you thinking now that we've had a chance to kind of look over that again? Because there are moments that we're just sitting there thinking, holy moly.
Well, when the referee ended up knocking off the defensive back for the Vikings, caught a break, and you're thinking, hey, this is our ball game. When you get a break like that, you feel like, oh, this is definitely going to be our day. We're going to win this ball game. Didn't work out that way for us. We gave up a big play on a third down to Justin Jefferson. I can't remember the amount of yards, but
just over 100.
Yeah, over 100. But the big ball that he caught in the second half, just as I think Deron Payne was hitting Kirk Cousins, and but he gets it inside the 5-yard line on a play like that. So defensively, we still got to tighten up a little bit also. Although I thought they made some heck of adjustments, after the fast start that the Vikings got off to.
Justin Jefferson did have over 100 yards receiving on the day. Benjamin St. Juste was basically following him around for that, and he did a pretty solid job as well. They had not been giving up a 100-yard receiver since week 3. That was the first time that they had. We're going to bring in Taylor Heineke now. Taylor, this is a tough one to really kind of try to stomach the way that ended, because you had these guys right back in there at the end, and we really wanted to see what you could do yet with a 2-minute drill. How do you kind of process the way that game went down at the end?
Me personally, no one's going to be harder on me than myself, and it comes down to that pick. Our defense was playing so well throughout the whole game, and to give them a short field like that just felt like kind of giving them a gift. I kind of go back and look at the iPad too, and my first reader's right there. So it's just something where I need to just keep working on, keep getting better from, and just trusting the reads. That's kind of what it boils down to for me personally.
In the first half, Minnesota Vikings, they came into the game with obviously a mindset of trying to knock down passes as you threw. They knocked down 4 passes in the first half. What adjustments were you guys able to make in the second half where you were able to move the ball offensively?
Yeah, I don't know. I think we were doing the same things in the second half. It was just they weren't batting the balls down as much. It was a little frustrating there in the first half, but what are you going to do? And the offensive line was blocking those guys. They were doing a good job, and they were just making good plays on the defensive line. So we'll go back and watch film tomorrow and see what we need to get better at.
The interception obviously costly. What were you seeing on that play and hoping to connect with?
Yeah, there was a pivot route on my left side, and the down safety / nickel. He kind of put hands on with the go ball, and I just felt like he was gonna, get off him and go right to the pivot, and I just didn't give enough time to develop. So I kind of, switched my eyes back to Logan. And I saw him open, but Kendricks was trying to, close that gap pretty quick, and so I tried to give it a little bit of air, and it was just too much air. But again, you kind of just go back to square one there. Just throw the pivot and let's move on.
On the flip side of that, the ball to Curtis Samuel there at the end. What's going through your mind as you're throwing that up, and we see you laying on the ground just kind of waiting to see how that one turns out?
You're talking about the touchdown?
Yes, the touchdown to Curtis Samuel.
Yeah, so it was the perfect coverage that we wanted. They were playing quarters on that side, and I knew, Curtis is a fast kid, so I wanted to give him a shot. They had their left DN kind of got through the pocket real quick, so I had to, not scramble, but move left a little bit, and I just wanted to give Curtis a shot. And, big shout out to that ref out there who kind of ran into the other safety. He needs a game ball from me. So other than that, Curtis, again, he's making plays. It's really cool to see him and Terry, day in, week out. It's very fun to watch. So, if we can keep giving them opportunities to get the ball in their hands, we're going to do it.
As you see in that ball game, you guys ran the ball 30 times, and in the second half, seemed like they moved the pocket a little bit more, got you on a couple bootlegs and things like that. Is that something you probably wish you were able to do a little bit more starting off those ball games?
I trust what Scott sees up there, and I trust his game plan. Again, if it wasn't for those batted balls, I think we're moving the ball right down the field. It's nice to get the pocket. It helps offensive linemen, obviously. Kind of, puts the defense on their heels a little bit. But, again, I feel like there's a lot of stuff out there that we kind of just let out there. And, again, we'll move on from it.
All right, like Coach Rivera said, a lot of it's in the details. But this team, man, what a hard-fought game. Very unfortunate loss there at the end. Thank you so much, Taylor.
Thanks for having me.
Let's move over to defense now and bring in Cam Curl on this one. Cam, this is a difficult loss to try and be able to, walk away from. What was said to you guys from Coach in the locker room after this?
You got to stick together, you know what I'm saying? He said, we got on the wall, everything we need in this room. He said we played a hard-fought game, and we just got to finish.
The Minnesota Vikings started off fast, Cousins 9 for 9, but defensively you guys made some heck of adjustments and really kept their offense in check. What were the adjustments that you guys were able to make defensively?
We just came out just playing hard, you know what I'm saying? We came out a little slow on that first drive. That's where they got the early touchdown, but after that we just tightened it up, you know what I'm saying?
Is there something that gets said from somebody on the sidelines? Is it coach? Is it different calls? What is it that allows you guys to make those adjustments?
We talk to the coach. We got the iPad on the sideline. They tell us what we need to do. They see what the play was and make the adjustments, and they just keep us calm. They keep us calm out there so we can keep going back up there and trying to get stopped.
Coming into the game, obviously Justin Jefferson was going to be a big thing for them. T.J. Hockenson, what was he able to provide for this Vikings offense that kind of made it difficult for you guys?
He's a nice player, you know what I'm saying? He had made some plays, but just, he had made the plays that needed to be made for his team, you know what I'm saying? Towards down the stretch, I ain't make the plays I need to make for my team, you know what I'm saying? But that shit gonna get tightened up for sure.
All right, Cam, you've been very stout there on defense as well, so we appreciate it. Again, not the result that you would have wanted, but thanks so much for stopping here. We'll see you on Monday Night Football. Dax Milne coming in now. Dax, we know this is a hard loss to kind of accept, but I want to ask you first off about getting your first touchdown reception. Congratulations on that in the league. Kind of walk us through that play.
Yeah, thank you. Very exciting. I'm ecstatic to have that finally happen. I've had a lot of chances last year. Things didn't work out, but going into that play, I knew there was a good chance that I could get the ball. And once I saw it coming my way, I knew all I had to do was just make sure I get my body in the end zone. I didn't want to stretch it out too far, so I just kind of kept it in and got my body in there.
With some of the injuries to the wide receiver, obviously with Jahan being out, you've been playing a lot more not on offense. And when you see the play and know the play is being called for you, what kind of goes through your mind just like, man, this might be my opportunity based on the call and the coverage?
Yeah, that feeling in your stomach starts happening and your heart starts beating a little bit. But just with so many reps in practice and throughout off season, you know exactly what you're supposed to do and how you're supposed to do it, and just got to execute at that moment.
Unfortunately, I feel like we see you back there a lot. Tressway's getting a lot of work with the punt returns. What's going through your mindset and the challenge that you are facing in that situation when there are a lot of times where you're having to be out in the field and trying to make plays, trying to get good field position?
Yeah, getting field position is huge in this league. So I'm trying to get better every week, and I think I have been, and I'm excited to just keep that going and put this team in the best position that I can.
Well, we appreciate your effort, man, just to be able to come out and show up. And we, obviously catching the football is the first and foremost thing you have to do when you're back there returning punts.
All right, thank you so much. Appreciate it, Dax. Okay, so the team's going to try and have to kind of move past this one. That's basically what I beat here from the locker room.
This is tough.
Final thoughts before we get ready on what this team needs to do to kind of clean up the details, get ready for Monday Night Football.
Well, the attention to detail aspect of it, as Taylor mentioned, the passes and the routes were open, and we were talking about that in the during the game broadcast. He was throwing to the right receivers. guys jumping up, throwing passes. The one that he explained that, seeing the linebacker flash and trying to put a little bit over, that's really the only one where you can say that in the overthrow to Bates that would have been a touchdown where you say, man, those are bad throws, so to speak, for Taylor. But you got to continue to harp on the things that attention to detail. We have to be better in pass protection against this Eagles defense.
That is for sure. Okay, that's going to do it from here on this Sunday afternoon. We're going to send it back to Fred and to Scott. That does it for the locker room. We'll see everybody again this week on Command Center and, of course, next Monday night in Philadelphia.
All right. In London, great work down there in the locker room. Tough one, obviously. Team had it, 17-7 in the fourth quarter. Can't finish it, and the Vikings beat the Commanders 20-17. It's been a tough week. The news, obviously, with Coach Rivera's mom passing away, and there's just horrible, shocking news today about
death is never easy. It's never
Coy
easy.
Gibbs, the son of Joe Gibbs, has passed away late last night, unexpectedly, it sounds like. He was at a NASCAR or a race where his son had won, and they sent out this story or the news earlier today. And again, thoughts and prayers to Coach Gibbs and his family, and obviously the Riveras as well. That's tough stuff to deal with this week.
Yeah, it is. It always is.
All right, we will take a timeout. We will come back, get to some phone calls at 800-493-1003, 800-493-1003. From FedEx Field, you're watching Command Center postgame live on the Washington Commanders YouTube channel, and you're listening on the Washington Commanders Radio Network.
Big 100.
Dude. Fire. Grill master, huh?
Burgers, better with Pepsi.
With the Game of Life scratch-off from the Maryland Lottery, all roads lead to fun. Play the Game of Life scratch-off today and get your chance to win up to $1 million.
We have something within that sets us apart. We always prevail. Determination powers us, even when the odds are stacked against us.
We overcome obstacles. We have the will to succeed. And when we accomplish our goal, we're ready for what's next.
Rise to the challenge with the rugged performance of the Pilot, CR-V, Ridgeline, and the redesigned Passport Trail Sport from Honda.
Washington Commanders football is back, and so is our BOGO. On game day, buy one large pizza and get a second large pizza for free. Order online or download the app today. Paisanos, official pizza partner of the Washington Commanders.
Today we changed the narrative for this group and for this team, man. It's on us. Yeah. It's on us, fellas. Let's go, man. Let's ball and have fun today. Hey, gotta go 2, 1, 2, man. Hey, I'm mic'd up, y'all boy. I'm mic'd up. Where's the cameraman at? Are you right there? Hey, I'm 12. I am 12. I got the mic on. I'm 12. I got the mic on. Let's go, defense. Check me out, man. Check me out, these folks. Come on, folks. Hey, bro. Hey, bro. Hey. Damn. That was a big play, gang. That was a big play. I think you put your helmet on that. He put a helmet on that. Good punt, boy. Oh my God. 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 Hey, he's so hard. Look at this. You the hardest out, boy. I swear to God. Hey, that's winning. It's winning time. It's winning time. Big dub, man. Big dub, big believe. Stop playing.
Curtis Samuel, the touchdown catch, 3 catches, 65 yards, also 1 run for 16 yards. He is your offensive player of the game, brought to you by Victory Van Moving and Storage, delivering excellent service for 75 years and a proud partner of the Washington Commanders. Commanders are lose today to the Vikings 20-17. But the good news is, Fred, we have good news.
Yes, we do.
Since the Commanders scored 2 extra points, make sure you visit your local Paisanos tomorrow, and you'll receive 2 free toppings.
Yes!
Oh, look at the pizza is just coming up out of nowhere here on the YouTube.
That's what we
wow,
got.
Look at that. It just lifted. That's incredible.
We got a pizza ghost that delivers pizza. And I got to ask you this, because this one come with 2 toppings.
Meat.
So is it Casey, 2 toppings on the hill? Or is it Taylor, or it's Taylor, yeah. Taylor, 2 toppings? 2 toppings Heineke. Which one?
It is a little Taylor 2 toppings Heineke at this point.
All right, I'm with you.
And Joey the Sly made the kick, so I guess he really is the guy who's featured here. But I mean, look, I think we want to have a 5-topping day someday. Soon.
Listen, if we get a 5-topping day, I will just leave my car here and run back to Ashburn. I just start running around 495. I have no problem with that. But we do need a 4 or 5 topping.
Yeah, we needed a 4 or 5 topping. We at least needed 1 more topping today. If it would have been 3 toppings so that St. Just returned for a TD, I think the game would have been a win, not a loss.
Now let me ask you this also, since you have put down your 1863 glasses.
Yes.
Thank you for doing it.
Yep.
Next of all, is pineapple a piece of topping?
No, I don't think so. I mean, people do it. I don't really care for it. It's okay.
My mama used to love it. I used to be like, no, it's a fruit.
It's all right. I mean, it's okay. It's still pizza.
Well, guess what?
We got a guy out here.
He loves it. I can
we got
tell
a guy off
his
camera.
wife is going to leave him in no time.
Yeah.
All right, check this out.
Yeah, I go with the meat. I like the meat.
I have to ask you this. All right? If you're not a pineapple on your pizza guy, tomato is considered a fruit, right?
Technically, yes.
It is a fruit.
And it's in the sauce.
So that means ketchup is a smoothie.
Okay, if you say so. All right, 800-493-1003.
All right.
All right, let's get to calls here. We're going to go to Earl in North Carolina. How you doing, Earl?
Eric, you got ketchup smoothies over there.
Earl, you're on the air, buddy.
Hey, how you doing?
Earl doing?
There he is.
What's going on,
What's
Earl?
up,
Hey, I'm right here. Right here. Earl's here.
Right.
Earl's here. Hey, how y'all doing today? Doing okay, man. Not doing too well right now. But what I'm upset about, and I'm just gonna make it real short and get off the air.
You got it.
What's holding this team back? Is Scott Turner, his drop back game, and Ron's indecisive decision making as far as challenges and stuff like that. Man, we can't get over that. That's the one hump. The defense played outstanding, but the one person that's holding it back, and so Ron has to actually do something. He has to either share the play calling ability between the quarterback coach and the actual offensive coordinator. He has to do something if he wants to salvage this season. But y'all have a great Sunday.
All right, thank you, man. Appreciate the call.
And you got to realize we had a lot of connections with the Vikings. We know that.
Yep.
McConnell used to be one of our own. Scott Turner, once he came in, we're very about him with him. McConnell was still in-house.
Yep.
You decided to move on from him, and he comes back to get revenge, and now it's your offense that can't move the ball. These are the questions you got to ask. Sometimes coaches are loyal to a fault.
Well, listen, they're going to have to figure something out because this offensive line is not by any means the Hogs. Okay, I think we all understand that.
No, these ain't
and
hogs.
It was not
these
a good
ain't
day.
Boars,
Right,
these ain't wild pigs.
Wasn't a good day for them. A lot of passes, the batted passes go on certainly the quarterback, but they also go on the offensive line.
Because you're not pass blocking.
A little bit of everything. But then at the same time, you can't be stuck on stupid, as somebody once said. And you got to say, hey, this isn't working. We got to move it. They did in the second half, but. Again, during you don't have to always go to halftime to make adjustments. Am I correct? Is there a law against it, or am I wrong?
No, you're
okay,
right.
There's not a rule against making adjustments in game, like in the first quarter or the second quarter, the third quarter.
You are correct.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
And usually you're not correct. Old Dominion did a terrible job of educating.
I just wanted to make sure I got that right. Okay.
The key
this is what's frustrating.
The key is this. He comes from a background where they used it. They usually script their first 15 plays.
Well, got news for you. The script stinks.
I would
the Minnesota script was a lot better. Their plays after that were horrible, but their script was really good. I mean, it took them like a full 3 quarters or almost 2.5 quarters to figure out, hey, guess what? We got to find a new script or something because after that they were a mess. But this team, their script, whatever you put down to the script each week, immediately shred it and start over because it sucks every week. Okay, I mean, let's stop with the stupid script because it's awful.
start at play 16
right.
for the game. Because
or whatever the plays are that we run in the second half, I guess. I don't know. It's
the
crazy.
only time I seen the script was doing Jacksonville.
Right.
Jacksonville
One
was
game.
the only legit game where we got out there and we got out there
a whole
fast.
offseason to script that one.
And
unfortunately, there's no bye week anytime soon, so you're going to have to we get an extra day next week, so that's encouraging.
We
get an extra day, so maybe the script will actually work the first 15.
Our bye week is in like week 26.
I don't know.
Like they gave us the latest bye week I've
Read
ever.
that dang script already.
I've said nothing, but at the end of the day, we gave this game away. Like, I'm really mad about this game. Now, I know I played for both teams. I know I had my hand in both cookie jars. I totally understand. But me, I was really pulling for the Washington, D.C. team because Washington was always my wife. You understand? Yeah. I was married to this area.
Let me just between you and me and the radio listeners and the YouTubers, why did you bring your Vikings jersey to the game with you?
I didn't. Stop all that hate, man.
All right, let's do this. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Washington Commanders Radio Network. All right, back here at FedEx Field, Commanders fall to the Vikings 20-17. 800-493-1003. 800-493-1003. Here with the former Washington Redskin and former Viking. You told me to say that today. I don't know why.
No. Listen, I played for both teams. I told you, Washington, D.C. was my wife. The Minnesota Vikings was my mistress. All right, that's just how it happened. All right.
All right, let's grab Chris, who's at FedEx, with us next here on the post-game show. How you doing, Chris?
Hey, guys. How you doing today?
Hey, talk to us, man. Buddy. Hey, tell us how you feeling, brother.
Hey, Fred, this is Chris in Purple Lot. What do we always say? Let the ginger
swing. Let him spin. Right? That's what you want to do.
Hey,
but what about Heineke, though?
Hey, this next segment is sponsored by Amazon Prime and Rock Nation. Hey, but Fred, Ron Rivera's, his clock management is about as good as Auburn collecting an onside kick. That man cannot manage the clock to save his life. I'm over it. He needs to get out, Fred. Hey, see you in 3 weeks in the lot. We taking Crown Royal shots, right?
I got you, brother. The next Crown Royal is on me. You safe with me, brother.
All right, Chris and FedEx, thank you for your call. Let's get to
I go drink with him before every game.
Is that right? I couldn't tell.
See, that's what I do. I wander the parking lot just stopping at, like, random
Well, you
people.
mean like having coffee with him, right?
Yeah, coffee. Yeah,
right.
Grown man's coffee.
Right, like coffee,
water.
Yeah,
I have grown man's coffee.
Yeah, water. Let's get to Jackie and Frederick next. Jackie with us here on the post-game show. Jackie, go ahead.
Who is he listening to? That sound like that new 21 Savage and Drake he listening to.
Yeah, turn the radio down there.
Yeah, turn that radio down, Melvin.
We got the little. There you are.
Turn it down. I turn it down.
Turn the radio down. All right,
so
talk to us.
So look, I'm at the game, and I'm just wondering, why on 3rd and 1 did you elect to throw, and then why on 3 and 9 you elect to do a quarterback run? I ain't trying to be funny, Fred, Scott. I'm telling you, I'm hot because Minnesota is not good. We let a game slip away, and I'm mad because Scott Turner's offensive calling is terrible. And then why do our defense commit the penalties at the wrong time? Like, we got to do something. I mean, I'm going to be at the game during the Falcons game, but I'm telling you, we got to do something. Man, I'm disturbed right now. We had no business losing. So, Fred, I'm glad you in D.C. You know, you're going to stick with that D.C. team. Man, get rid of that Minnesota. Don't even say you played for them. But, yeah, y'all have a good one, Scott, Fred.
Thank you.
I understand what she means, man. This
frustrating.
It's when you lose and another team, a better team, beat you, I could take that. When I got beat up and came home and told my mom I got beat up, she said, did you earn that? Yes, I earned that. He gave me a black eye. I can take that. But I can't take that when I know I'm better than that team, when I know we better than them, and I know we gave them this game. We gave Kirk Cousins. How much can we get a Wolf of Wall Street? We already gave him $100 million, and now we want to come in here and give him games too? My goodness.
I got really bad news for you, too. Apparently, he did a "you like that" chant with the team afterwards, too. Oh
man, that make me want to throw up in my mouth. Like the Wolf of Wall Street coming in here, and he just,
Yep. all that stuff. All right.
He did on it.
All right, if you're on the lines hanging there, we'll get to you coming up the other side. 1-800-493-1003, 800-493-1003. Commanders let one get away today against the Vikings. They got the Eagles, the unbeaten Eagles.
Nobody ain't scared of them.
On Monday night in Philadelphia.
Ain't nobody scared of them.
You're watching. Of course you're not, because you're not playing. You're watching the Command Center postgame live on the Washington Commanders YouTube channel, and you're listening to Washington Commanders football.
But I got hair.
From selecting the perfect produce and triple checking its quality to preparing it for you, we have perfected the art of fresh.
This is Maya Titan. She's smiling because her small culinary supply store, Titan's Pans, is up and running. And this is NFL star Derrick Henry, accidentally tagging Titan's Pans instead of his loyal fans. Which, very unexpectedly, has her business trending. And trending, and trending, and oh my. And there goes the internet. Good thing Maya uses FedEx to help prepare for unexpected demand. Because you never know what's next.
5 minutes, fellas, 5 minutes.
I appreciate it, man. Oh, okay, you getting that bet in before the boom, huh?
Yeah, LA all the way.
What? Oh, come on, man. You know it's Boston, baby. Stop it.
KG, I understand why you said it, but it's LA.
Jay, are you serious?
You know what? It's LA.
Why are you standing up?
Because I got to stretch on out. Because it's LA. You know what? You ain't scaring me. Let me tell you something. That ain't enough.
Boston, Boston, Boston.
It's LA.
The challenge coin is to help develop some unit pride, some esprit de corps. Some of them are used to symbolize a mark of excellence, of recognition of excellence. And so they're presented, by commanding officers, by company personnel to one another to signify the appreciation of what you've done, what your commitment, what your sacrifice has been. Well, this year's really cool because we were able to have some commander coins that were created so that as a show of respect, when I'm presented one or somebody is presented one, we can exchange coins and let them know that we really do appreciate who they are for us. We should most certainly make sure that we are making the connection with our military personnel, that they understand, they know that we really do appreciate their sacrifice, their commitment. And I think it is our responsibility as the NFL and as the local team that we express that, and we are very vivid with that expression so that our fan base and all folks that watch this game get to understand just how we do feel about the military.
Oh, yeah, that was your rewarding moment of the game, brought to you by the Maryland Lottery. Please play responsibly, because that moment, you're up 17-7. You're feeling really good. It is early fourth quarter, but you couldn't close the game out, unfortunately.
Lies. That's what they called in my household. Lies, untruths. And that's what I felt. I felt like we had this game won. For 1 second, I was like, yes, we got this game, and I can't believe 4 straight. Like I'm very shocked. And for things to turn around that quick, for us to make the mistakes on offense, then turn around and make the mistakes on defense, it was just too perfect of a storm, and it allowed Kirk Cousins to come in, and I hate to say it, but get his revenge. And basically came back in our house, kicked our couch, and walked back out the door.
Wow. And got to say you viked that, which
you
is
viked
really
it.
disgusting.
You viked it. It stinks.
It does. That was also a 10-play, 78-yard drive, 5 minutes and 18 seconds. And that, at that point was the safe drive of the game, brought to you by Crown Royal. Live generously, and life will treat you royally. Please drink responsibly, Fred Smoot.
That's what I'm saying. Are you ready to give Dex Mims his props?
Hey, you know what? Dex had a good day, had a good return as well in this football game. We had a big return from Antonio Gibson in this football game. There's some good things happening. You know, Tressway, as he often does, was able to
continues
flip
to dominate.
And the Vikings punter was awesome too. I mean, they were both like it was a punting competition for the first half when both teams are going nowhere offensively for a while. But in the end, just too many mistakes. You know, I don't know. I'm going to look at I would love to hear a referee's explanation as to what exactly
pass interference.
Not even know what it is, but like, what are you supposed to do if your defensive player and the offensive player comes up and
I tell you what they're supposed to do.
What are you supposed to do
when he comes and extends his hands? You're supposed to call offensive pass interference. That's the way it goes.
Oh, you're not supposed to fight back and then take the football like St. Juice did.
But they never call offensive pass interference. We've literally played 8 games, 9 games this year. We probably had 1 offensive pass interference. They refuse to call the plays, and they don't understand that people's jobs are at stake when you do not call these plays. Like, that play changed the game. We up 3 touchdowns if this happened. 2 touchdowns. We dominate this game. I will not get the players' excuses and say the referee took one.
No.
I'm still going to say the players gave this game away.
Yeah, they still gave up some things. And, like, I've been seeing a lot of this on the socials and people asking about why didn't they just let Dalvin Cook score a touchdown in the end. Well, because Dalvin Cook wasn't trying to score a touchdown. He was literally running in place. Like, once you start dragging him, he'd just give himself up and the play would be over. You couldn't actually physically carry him in the end zone, like, off the ground, and that would count. They would have called him, like, because, again, he was getting himself up. He was just trying to kill time. Cousins did the same thing at the end. It wasn't like they were running towards the end zone trying to run the play and you're tackling them. It's different than that. I mean, he was totally, chopping his feet at the line of scrimmage. It was actually very smart what they were doing, and obviously they got the gift to get more time on the clock with the penalty they called a Ridgeway to kill more time. And obviously the Commanders had no timeouts because they burned one on a kind of a silly challenge for 1.5 yards or whatever it was.
Yep.
And they still didn't, obviously, they still had to run a play after that. That was frustrating. They also did one because the clock was running low at one point in the early part of the second half. They had to burn another timeout. So things come back and bite you.
When I seen the Ridgeway play, I was like, oh, it's really over now.
Yeah.
Like, I was hoping they go and get the field goal out the way, get us the ball back with a minute 30.
Give a chance to get a tying field goal with Joey Sly.
But once I seen
Joey the Sly
under a minute, the only thing that came to my mind was 2 words when I seen the kick about the kick, and that was Ray Finkel. That's all I could think about was laces out. Like hopefully he kicks this ball to the left. That's what I'm hoping.
Right.
But the football gods was not aligned.
I've only seen one guy choke from that distance, and it is a guy who's in the Hall of Fame by the name of Morton Anderson.
Oh, Morton Anderson never missed kicks.
No, he did. He missed one against Jacksonville. Would have knocked them out of the playoffs in 1996. You can Google this.
Yeah.
At their stadium in
Jacksonville. Did y'all have Google in 96?
Slipped. No.
Oh, right.
He slipped, and he missed it, and it was shocking because like everybody in the press box in Jacksonville was like, "Oh my God, this team just blew a winner in game on their home field against the Saints team that had nothing to play for," and he misses a kick. Morton Anderson of all people from like 20-something yards, and it was shocking. And then afterwards, you're like, it's like you'll never see anything like that again. And obviously we did.
Oh, no, we didn't. We did.
And,
and that's why you do great things in life. It's going to be some bad days. It's going to be some cloudy days.
Let's get to James in Chesapeake. James, thanks for waiting. You're with us here on the Official Commanders Postgame Show.
Oh, thank you for taking my call, gentlemen. Salute the Commanders, man. I think when you look at this game, man, it comes down to like 5 plays, man. The Samuels play and the Juice play, man, I think they cancel each other out, man. The Samuels play, man, that was offensive pass interference on the referee, man. And the Juice play, like I said, it cancels it out. I think if you look at the challenge on before the 3rd and 1, man, was a bad challenge. I mean, it was going to be 3rd and 1 either way. I think on the 4th and 1, man, they ran the ball, 2 times in a row and got 8-9 yards. And then on the 4th and 1, they do a bootleg. Man, pound that rock with Robinson or Gibson, man. You know what I'm saying? And then you look at the end, at 2:15, they should have burned the timeout. Burn that timeout and have 2:15 on the clock, so when they kick the field goal, it's over 2 minutes left. You still got the 2-minute warning. And then, it's obviously a dumb play by 91 what he was trying to do. But once that happens and you only got one to burn, man, you got to let them get in the end zone. You got to let them get in the end zone.
But again, they weren't trying to get in the end zone. We were here. We're in the end zone. We're literally right behind the plate. They're not trying to get in there. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. He wasn't going on. He wasn't going in. James, we've had these game situations a million times now in the NFL. The guys know what to do now. They know they don't go in. It happened this year with Nick Chubb. I mean, he scored, and it cost the Browns. So everybody's coached up on this that's worth a damn, and he was not trying to score. So it's not like you can physically lift him up and carry him in the end zone, because that's what it would have taken. You weren't going to push, Dalvin Cook 5 yards out from behind to get him in the end zone when he's chopping his feet at the line of scrimmage just trying to go backwards. So wasn't going to happen. But thanks for your call. But, yeah, look, that's a fair point. I mean, they did get extremely lucky.
They did.
On the touchdown pass to Curtis Samuel. No question.
Yeah, because
no question.
Yet again,
the referee gets in the way.
He throws a YOLO ball up there, live it like it's your lad. He throws the ball up there, and these guys continue to come down with it.
No, listen, he gives him a chance. I give him that. Yeah. But what drives you crazy because the Vikings, because we just talked about PIs, right? And you know this going into games, you're going to get a lot of PI calls. You got to have banked into the game 2 or 3 shots, really. I mean, you got it.
Because just either a catch
because you're going to get a catch or a PI. You got to give it a shot. And you know what? From 50, I get it. He isn't going to throw the ball 70 yards, okay? But can he throw it from 50 and in? Yeah, we've seen that.
Yeah, he can.
We've seen it twice now on the home field. So
he's great at it.
They've got to do that more often. But, again, there's a lot of frustrating things about what's going on with this team offensively right now. And, certainly, if you're Taylor, you got to look at it. This Eagles game's huge because after that, I believe, is when you can get in the window of can Carson Wentz come back. And if you want to change this group's mind about the quarterback situation, you got to play a really good game.
He has to throw for more than 250 yards and beat the Eagles if he wants to keep this job.
Absolutely.
Like, these are the games that change careers. If this guy keeps this job and never give it back, you don't know what the story is 4 or 5 years from now. You don't know what he turns into. But if not, this story can be short-lived. And I know he has that steam and Willie Beeman effect. He has that Shane Falco effect. He has the movie star quarterback effect. But I'm sorry, they have to keep winning. I don't care how ugly the wins are. He has to keep winning.
All right, let's get to Corey in Baltimore next. Corey, you're with us here on the official postgame show. Corey, go ahead. Corey, you there?
I don't think Corey really like you.
I don't know. It's suspenseful. I'm wondering if he's going to pop in at any moment. There he is. Okay, what's happening, Corey? I told you he's going to pop in.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I'm just going to repeat what James said, man. Listen, as a Washington fan, just seeing how Ron just handles his team, man, for a guy to sit here and throw a challenge flag on 3rd and 1, it's like, do you not believe in Brian Robinson to get a yard? You know what I mean? It's like.
And it was a great 3rd and 1 play, by the way. This is the Armani Rogers play, the play there after it, 24-yard run on the end and around, which totally caught Minnesota sleeping. And so you had a 3rd and 1 play that worked obviously very well, but you're right. I mean, it's just. The upside of it is so minimal. It was much like the first game or away game here 2 weeks ago when Matt LaFleur's throwing a challenge flag in the first quarter on something stupid on a yardage situation too. I don't know why these coaches don't learn from one another.
And with Ron, it's like with Scott too. It's like you're up 17-7. Mind you, it's after halftime. You were down 7-3, so it's now 17-7. Taylor's running the offense. They're in giddy up mode. Why not just keep running the ball? Kirk has no momentum. That offense is stalling. Why not continue to run the ball and just wind clock? It just doesn't make sense. And then obviously Ridgeway, he wore the wrong jersey today. He's a Vikings player. Obviously, he just wore the wrong jersey today. Props up to him for helping the Vikings win. But it's a headache just watching.
All right, thanks for the call.
Yeah, James kind of hard on people, man.
I know, man. He's tough.
Yeah,
that's Corey in Baltimore.
I mean, that was Corey.
He's in Baltimore. He's tough.
Yeah, he is in Baltimore, and he had a deep voice like a baritone. He was a baritone.
All right, let's take a timeout. We'll get some more calls coming up. 800-493-1003, 800-493-1003. Commanders lose the Vikings 20-17. You are listening to you're watching the Command Center postgame live on Commanders YouTube channel and listening on the Washington Commanders Radio Network.
Introducing Toyota Reserve, the fast and easy way to secure your new Toyota, even if it's still in production. And with 10 manufacturing plants right here in the U.S., your new Toyota is closer than you think. And now's a great time to cash in on getting top dollar for your trade. So contact your dealer and reserve your new truck, car, or SUV today. Toyota, let's go places.
The modern world is a digital world. At home, at work, or on the go. We rely on data every day. Losing it can result in lost family photos, lost business, or even a lost job. Want to avoid these problems? You need cyber protection, where backup and cybersecurity meet. Only Acronis offers backup solutions that also stop ransomware before your files are damaged. It's easy, efficient, and secure cyber protection for all your data. Try Acronis free for 30 days. Go to Acronis.com today for modern cyber protection.
Which teammate will you not want on the aux?
Bada listens to German alternative dance music.
Bada.
Bada, trash.
Definitely F.A. He can play the Beatles. He should be on the aux every day.
Yo, no. Cameron Curl. Cameron Curl. He gonna play NBA Youngboy the whole ride. So we is not riding with Cameron Curl.
Nothing but Youngboy. That's all he want to listen to, bro. Look at this shit.
You heard what he said, young boy. Not Terry. I don't even think he even listen to music. Who else? Chase.
Yo. I'm gonna say Cam Sims. I mean, I mess with Youngboy, but he just listen to Youngboy all day, like boom, bow, boom, bow, boom. You don't want to hear that all day. You know, sometimes you gotta have that smooth, that raw wave. You know what I mean? That Chris Brown, just some of that smooth stuff that's gonna get your mind right. Give me the aux, I'm gonna have it jumping.
It wasn't too good.
Got nothing for you today.
All right, back with you here at FedEx Field. Disappointing 20-17 loss to the Vikings today. Commanders' win streak ends at 3 straight, so they're 4-5 now. 2-3 here at FedEx this year. Vikings improved to 7-1, 3-1 in the season. Things get a little bit more challenging next week. Monday Night Football in Philadelphia at the Link against the unbeaten Philadelphia Eagles. Although Philadelphia had a tough couple days, Fred, I don't know if you're aware of this. They lost a World Series, and apparently their soccer team also lost in the MLS championship.
They got They got everything that Philadelphia as a city deserves.
Joel Embiid's hurt or sick.
Listen, Joel Embiid hurt. James Harden twisted his knee. The Phillies got beat up. All right, the soccer team got kicked. All right, at the end of the day, I don't feel sorry for them. Last time I checked, that's the same exact city with a statue of a man that never existed. Rocky don't exist.
And guess what? They're going to play the Rocky theme all during the Monday night game leading up. They're going to show the Rocky running up the stairs, the whole bit, man. And and then people goes crazy there for it. They love it.
I want to know what leadership sat down and said, you know what this city needs? This city needs a new statue and a statue of Rocky. Like, what
didn't I think it was made for the movie, right? Didn't Sylvester Stallone, like, they did it for Rocky. It was part of the Rocky 3 movie, right?
And then they left it.
Yeah, and then I don't know, maybe the city had already done it because Rocky got so much publicity for the city, but they put it in the movie because, remember, Rocky's upset with himself that he loses to Clubber Lang.
Yeah.
He drives up to the Rocky statue and throws his motorcycle helmet at it.
Yeah, he does.
And he's ashamed of himself. Well, this is great. I could go on. I could go on all that about the Rocky series.
But at the end of the day,
they were so good up until they went to like Rocky 5, and then it was like, come on,
yeah,
off the rails.
I enjoy Creed though. I enjoy Creed.
Creed's very good.
Yeah, I enjoy Creed, but I want to know what leadership councilman.
Oh, right.
Said, you know what, this city, we love cheese.
Look, we had Mike Schmidt, we had like Dr. J, but let's go with Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah.
And Rocky. Now it's a fair question.
I just want to know who thought of it.
Now you're going to make me Google this during the break.
I know you.
I'm going to look it up. All right, 800-493-1003 if you want to join us here on the post-game show. Let's get to Zach in D.C. Zach, thanks for waiting. We have Zach in D.C. Hey, buddy.
How y'all doing, guys?
Good.
Tough loss right there. Tough loss. I just wanted to hit a few points. I'm not going to crucify Heineke, but that interception pretty much cost us the game. Killed the momentum we had. We need to, I think, roll them out more.
Agreed. Yeah, you're right.
Yep, everybody agrees with you on that.
Everybody's with you. Yep.
Yeah, and I think Gibson should be starting and running back, guys. I think B-Rob is more of a short yardage back. Scott Turner, those screen passes should go to Curtis Samuel or either Terry, not John Bates, even though he did convert a first down. I think we have a good young nucleus with this team, guys. We just need a general at quarterback, someone who can command the offense and can make on-field adjustments. So I'm gonna hate to see Deron Payne go though. But
hey, that's the good thing about drafting well. You're going to have to lose some of your draft picks. That's just the way it goes.
No doubt. Thanks for the call. And look, this is the Deron Payne thing reminds me of something. If the trading deadline were, say, another 2 weeks, 3 weeks away, and this team, drops in another couple games, it would make a lot of sense, right, at that point to move on, right?
It would have made sense now because I need to get something back.
I agree. Well, you're going to get a compensatory, right? You're going to get a compensatory third.
I would have rather had a compensatory Raekwon Smith.
Right.
Well, how about that compensatory?
I don't think they were ever to look in that direction. They only play 2 linebackers at a time.
Hey.
I don't know if you've noticed.
Yeah.
They play 2 linebackers at a time. But, look, that would have been a great move in the preseason for sure. I don't know, midseason, a team that is – look, it's going to take a lot for them to get into the race. I mean, they're hanging around like a lot of teams in the NFL. There's a lot of middle mediocrity in this league. I get that, but for them to make a push in a division that has a team that's a rabbit at 8-0 and a Cowboys team that's way out and a Giants team that's way out,
but Jack,
it's going to be very difficult.
You know this, the lingering insects gets the food. Like, you don't need to be the first one there. All right? Let's just say the Philadelphia are the first team to arrive to the playoff. All you need to do is just hang around.
Right.
Just hang around like a roach. A roach is never going anywhere. All right? It's going to hang around and it's going to take what's coming to it. All we need to do, stop killing ourselves, make the plays when they present themselves. And I'm ready for us to start to, when you pay people, you pay them to showcase them. I don't feel like we showcase Terry. Like, we don't showcase his talent. Like, when we come out here, we throw it to him when we have to, but we don't showcase his talent. On offense, it's about showcasing talents and mismatches. We don't do either.
All right, let's get to Butch next. Butch is waiting for us in Smithfield. Go ahead, Butch. Butch, go ahead. Turn your radio down, Butch.
What up, Butch?
He's in Ham Country, Smithfield,
Scott,
Virginia.
hey, Fred. How you guys doing?
Good, buddy.
I'm good, Butch. Talk to us.
Hey, man, I'm telling you what, this Commanders team is tough. You can say what I know there's going to be a lot said this week, but, man, they hit hard. And,
no, they were hitting some people
little mistakes, I'm sure that, they're going to clean it up, and they're going to go into to Philadelphia and put it hard to the Eagles. No doubt about it.
Yep. I can see us beating the Eagles because I always tell people divisional games, it don't matter what your record is. These teams know each other. They respect each other, but they're not afraid of each other. And guess what? We all know this as football fans. The Philadelphia Eagles not going 17-0. They're just not going 17-0. They're going to lose a couple of ball games, and I'm betting my last penny at the MGM this week.
Really?
Against the Eagles. Yeah, I am.
All right.
Yeah, I am.
They're not going to be underdogs probably the rest of the year, maybe in Dallas. That's about it. Maybe, and I don't even know if they will be. This game this week, I'd feel better about it if the teams aren't even footing, but really they get to play on Thursday night and host a Monday night game. And granted, they were on the road, I get it, but they definitely, they get an extra 2 days of chill time.
That ain't always good, Jack.
We'll see.
Because they in that rhythm.
Yeah.
And when you're in that rhythm, you want to keep playing.
Well, their game was a slog, as you saw. Like, all Thursday night games are a slog, let's be honest. The Thursday night stinks.
Hey, guess
it's
what?
It's a terrible brand of football, but the NFL's going to keep doing it because they're making money off of it.
I'm going to say, here goes a secret. As an ex-NFL player, we hate Thursday night games. All right? Short week. We never really get to heal.
Sure.
And then y'all wondering why the game looks slow. Because we're sore.
Right.
And we can't get the full
Well,
speed.
here's the good news. Not as many people watch these games anymore because of the way they're presenting them. The World Series got better numbers because they're actually on real television on Thursday, where you got to go. You got to go log into your your shopping
to my neighbor's
app,
Amazon account.
Yeah, right.
And if I can get in there, and I must say this: I don't throw salt much, but salt kills snails, not players. And here we go. that Thursday night crew with Tony Gonzalez, Richard Sherman, they stink. All right? They ain't good. All right? Somebody got to go and say it. It's something off with that group. Like, they don't mesh. They don't flow. Like when I'm watching Monday night, they just flow. Everything goes well. This group look like they either trying too hard or they just ain't found that rhythm yet.
Well, they just started. I mean, they pulled 2 guys literally just retired that are on the set, literally doing this for the first – actually 3 guys, right? Whitford is his first –
Big Whit.
Yeah, Big Whit's first year.
Yep.
Sherman's first year. And Fitzmagic's first year.
First of all, out of all the quarterbacks you could have got in the NFL, you chose Ryan Fitzmagic.
I like Fitzmagic.
Hey, listen.
He's a terrible dresser. He's a terrible dresser.
I've been saying I enjoy his clothes, and I do have beard envy. I really do have beard envy when it comes to a beard like that. See, when I do my charity event for you, because I'm getting people to bring armpit hairs, chest hairs, and everything for you, we're going to get you back right, Jack. And he's the type guy that I look at like, yeah, Jack, I love a beard like that.
No, I don't need a beard. That's for sure. All right, let's get to some more here. Oh, yeah. 800-493-1003.
I hate when you do that laugh because that's like your evil empire. Like, that's just like his evil guy. Like that means he got something for me that he going to shoot at me in the next segment. I already know.
This is like what we shall be called an off-the-air conversation. All right, let's get to Dre in Pennsylvania. Something I said I didn't really think about. All right, Dre in PA, what's happening?
Fellas, what's going on?
What's going on, brother? Talk to us.
Hey, listen, the grenade droppers here, man. Hey, look, we're gonna get into this. This game solely falls on the coaching staff, and I got to do that because I know we can point out to a couple plays at the end where the defense gave up penalties, right? But the pick six, I mean, come on, like that right there changes the whole shape of the game. We're walking out of there with a dub. Okay, we know that. Okay, so let's move forward, right? So. Why are we not running the ball? Why are we not running the ball? It's working. You're up 2 possessions. Just run the ball. Just run the ball.
When was it working, by the way? When was it working? I don't feel like they were running the ball well at all in this game. They had a couple chunk plays.
I'm going to tell you.
They had a couple chunk plays. That's about it.
It was working, fellas. Yeah.
Okay.
Right. But the chunk plays happened at the time where you needed it to happen. They happened later in the game.
What was the tight end on a tight end? One was a tight end ended around. The other one was Curtis Samuel the first quarter. I mean, honestly, they didn't run the ball worth a damn. I mean,
they didn't. They did. They couldn't run the ball. They couldn't they couldn't stay on the field on third down. They couldn't capitalize. We didn't have any big plays. You're talking about 137 yards rushing. What did we have? 126 yards passing. At the end of the day, 17 points. Even though we played well, a couple of those big plays did get taken away from us. That St. Juice hurt. But at the end of the day, we got to get more out this offense. We have to.
Hey, fellas, last point. Last point I'm going to make. Yep. Yes. Last point I'm going to make. You guys are absolutely correct. But here's the thing. When you're in the moment of the game, one, Taylor can't throw that. You can't throw that pick.
Right.
But at the same time, listen, do you put him in position to throw that pick? Or do you just run the ball and play with the defense that's been playing lights out the entire game? That's my problem. It's okay if Taylor completes that ball, all well and good. But if he doesn't, because you as a coaching staff decided, you know what, I'm not even going to put him in that position. I'm just going to run the ball because my defense is playing great. Here we go. Now let's make them charge up the whole entire field, which they haven't shown that they've been able to do besides one drive in the first half. You got to do that. Put your team in position to win.
Yeah, it's easier said now that it's over with it, and now that those plays were bad, because you got to say this: if he catches that ball, you're not talking about let's run the ball. Like, it's really how many.
He had him open.
Yeah, how many plays can you do when we need them, and that's what it's all about.
All right. Hey, thanks for the call, Dre. Have a good one. All right, we're gonna let's get to Kevin. And is it Kansas City? Is Kevin in Kansas City or DC?
He calling us from Kansas City.
Kevin, what's happening?
Hey, the barbecue is overrated.
Kevin, go ahead. Turn your radio down, please. Yes.
All right.
Talk to us.
Fellas, what's good? Scott,
you got it, man.
What up?
You got
hey,
talk to us.
I got to say some stuff. I'm tired of everybody talking about the 3rd-and-1 play because they scored the next possession. Okay? At the end of the game, if you go look in the box, let's go look at what Peyton Manning did. His whole entire career, he read the box. If the box is light, we run. I audible to a run. If the box is heavy, I pass. So the 3rd-and-1 play has nothing to do with nothing. Okay, the same juice play, and this is my thing with us at home that has bothered me for a minute. We don't get these calls at the crib. That has nothing to do with the owner. Owners pay coaches to do their goddamn jobs. You're getting $7 million a year.
Do you kiss your mama with that mouth?
All right, thanks for the call, Kevin. Go take some.
He's emotional. I understand.
Wash your mouth out.
He's emotional.
Yeah.
He's had some of the sugar water in his system,
Maybe,
the good
Possibly.
liquor.
Could be.
And I understand because, hey, I was watching the game last night, throwing teddy bears at my TV, watching my Mississippi State Bulldogs. So I understand.
Huge win over Auburn.
Yeah, the emotional highs and lows that we go through. And guess what? He feels we were the better team and we lost today. They always say the best team don't win in the NFL all the time.
They definitely let it slip through their hand. They had a chance, but you got to finish games, and they didn't do the little things. And when Ron Rivera says little things, I hope he also means the staff, because there's certainly things this staff did not do today very well, including, we talked about the clock management. We talked about the challenge opportunity that was just it's not worth the risk reward. Isn't worth it there for what you get out of it. And, of course, the play sheet that needs to be burned each week to start the game. Whatever that play sheet is, it needs to be burned or shredded before each week.
I just don't
not gotten off to a good start since week 1.
See, when you play against the Minnesota Vikings, you got Cam Dantzler on one side, cornerback, and you have Pat Peterson, who's the older version of Pat Peterson. And you can't find any matchups. That's what I'm saying.
The 29th pass defense of the NFL.
And you can't find any matchups. Well, guess what? When Big Play Slay and Bradbury come in here, we go to them next week, they don't really have that many weaknesses.
No, they don't.
All right, so
now the defense is a little different without Davis in the middle, the big boy from Georgia.
But he hasn't been starting.
Right.
No,
but
Fletcher,
their run defense has been exposed since his injury. So that is the one positive. This is the week going forward where you really need to be stubborn and be good with the run. Can they do that? We'll see.
Do we have the offensive line?
I don't know.
I'm not sure. I seen some guys, Turner, a couple of more guys get kicked out the club tonight by bouncers. Kicked out.
We'll take a timeout. We'll come back. We'll hear from Ron Rivera on the podium. The Commanders fall to the Vikings 20-17. It is the official postgame show. Goodbye, YouTubers. It was fun while it lasted. We'll talk to you next week after the Monday night game, but we'll continue on the radio here on the Big 100 and wherever you may be around the Washington Commanders Radio Network. You're listening on the Washington Commanders Radio Network.